At last, we are moving on to Vienna, Austria. Vienna is the home of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, King Ludwig, and King Joseph. Vienna is one of Europe's oldest and most influential cities. For centuries, it was the political and cultural center of Central Europe and the capital of one of the history's most powerful empires. Today, it is known for its imperial palaces, classical music, coffee houses, and exceptional quality of life.
So, mas cheaper dito sa Vienna. Yung Coke dito is 2 euro lang almost. Pero sa Switzerland is 4.5.
Vienna began as a Roman military camp called Vindobona. Established around the 1st century AD along the Danube River, the Romans built walls, roads, and forts to defend the northern frontier of the empire. Even today, parts of the ancient Roman city can still be seen beneath modern Vienna. In 1278, the House of Habsburg took control of Austria. This marked the beginning of over 600 years of Habsburg rule, during which Vienna grew into one of Europe's greatest capital. The Habsburgs transformed Vienna into a magnificent imperial city. Some of the city's most famous landmarks were built during this period. The Hofburg Palace, the winter residence of the emperors, the Schönbrunn Palace, the lavish summer palace of the imperial family, St. Peter's Cathedral, the city's iconic Gothic cathedral. In 1683, Vienna successfully defended itself during the Battle of Vienna, when Ottoman forces attempted to capture the city. This victory became a turning point in European history and halted further Ottoman expansion into Central Europe. During the 18th and 19th centuries, Vienna became the world's capital of classical music. Many of history's greatest composers lived and worked here, including Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Ludwig van Beethoven, Joseph Haydn, Franz Schubert, and Johann Strauss. This musical heritage continues today through the famous Vienna State Opera and the annual New Year's concert. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914 triggered World War I. After the war, the Austro-Hungarian Empire collapsed, and Austria became a republic. During World War II, Austria was annexed by Nazi Germany in 1938. Vienna suffered extensive bombing, being liberated in 1945. The husband of Empress Elizabeth of Austria, known as Sissi, was Franz Joseph I of Austria. He reigned Austria from 1830 to 1916. He is the longest reigns European history had for 68 years. King of Hungary after the creation of Austro-Hungarian Empire in 1867. He is the ruler of a vast empire that included present-day Austria, Hungary, Czech Republic, parts of Italy, Croatia, Slovenia, and several other regions. How did he meet Sissi? Franz Joseph was originally expected to marry Sissi's older sister, Helene. In 1853, the imperial family gathered in the small town of Bad itchy to arrange the match. However, when Franz Joseph met the 15-year-old Elizabeth or Sissy, he fell in love with her instead. He reportedly declared that he would marry only Elizabeth. They married the following year in 1854 when Franz Joseph was 23 and Sissy was 16. Their marriage began as a love match, but it became increasingly difficult. Some of the challenges included Sissy found the strict rules of the imperial courts suffocating. Franz Joseph's mother, Archduchess Sophie of Austria, exercised significant influence over the young couple and even took charge of raising their children. Franz Joseph was devoted to his duties as an emperor and often called long hours, leaving little time for family life. Sissy loved traveling and spent long periods away from Vienna. Despite these difficulties, historians generally believe Franz Joseph loved Sissy deeply throughout his life. St. Stephen's Cathedral is the most famous cathedral in Vienna. It is the city's most recognizable landmark and the spiritual heart of Vienna. The cathedral's story began in 1137, when construction started on a Romanesque parish church. It was consecrated in 1147, but over the next several centuries, it was expanded into the magnificent Gothic cathedral you'll see today. Most of the Gothic work was completed between the 14th and the 16th century. Schönbrunn Palace is the grandest palace in Vienna and was the summer residence of the Habsburg emperors for more than 300 years. It is the symbol of imperial power, wealth, and elegance. It is also UNESCO World Heritage Site. The estate began as a hunting ground in the 16th century. After the Ottoman siege of Vienna in 1683, the original buildings were destroyed. The Emperor Leopold I ordered a magnificent Baroque palace to be built for his son, the future Joseph I. The palace reached its greatest splendor under Maria Theresa, who transformed in the mid-1700s into the center of the Habsburg court. She entertained Europe's most powerful rulers and made it one of the continent's finest royal residences. The state began as a hunting ground in 16th century. After the Ottoman siege of Vienna in 1683, the original buildings were destroyed, and the Emperor Leopold I ordered a magnificent Baroque palace to be built for his own son, Joseph I. The palace reached its greatest splendor under Maria Theresa, who transformed it in the mid-1700s into a center of the Habsburg court. The gardens are almost as famous as the palace itself and are free to enter. The highlights include the Great Parterre, with its formal flower beds, the Gloriette, perched on a hill overlooking the palace, built in 1775 as a monument for imperial glory. King Franz Joseph I of Austria and his wife Sissy lived for 60 years in this palace. His wife Sissy, who spent part each year here, although she often preferred traveling because she disliked the strict etiquette of the court life. Only about 45 of the palace's 1,400 rooms are often seen open for visitors, but they include some of the most spectacular interiors, including the Great Gallery, an innermost grilled ballroom where imperial banquets and dances were held, the Hall of Mirrors, where the 6-year-old Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is said to have performed for Maria Theresa. Franz Joseph's study was surprisingly simple compared to the rest of the palaces. Sissy's apartment giving a visitors a glimpse into the empress' private life.
One more.
After a whole day of walking into this wonderful city, we experienced finally a river cruise. It is a relaxing way to experience Vienna from the water, but it's worth knowing that there are two different waterways. One is Danube River, the large river that flows north of Vienna. This is where you see the modern Vienna, the skyline parks, and the city's waterfront. The Danube Canal, which is a branch of the Danube that runs from closer to the historic city center. These cruises offer better views of urban Vienna, waterfront, art, and lively cafes. The journey took us 2 hours, including food, drinks, and a lot more of relaxations and bondings with the family. We surely had fun with our one-day tour. Thank you guys for watching.